Hi friends, Treasure and Joy Tuesday. Today I want to share with you a story about an injury that I had that actually helped me understand a little bit better forgiveness. So about 7 years ago, I had a pretty serious pelvic separation, and there's something about being in constant physical pain that just changes you, because it wasn't just the physical pain as much as the mental and the emotional agony that I was in every single day. And so I started going to physical therapy. Now, physical therapy is actually not fun. And there are times where I would leave my appointments in more pain than when I first started. But I trusted my physical therapist. Now, she did not heal me though. I was the one that had to do the work. So she just showed me the way, but I was the one that had to be faithful and diligent in the exercises that she had showed me how to do. And I had to do those at home, like 3-4 times a day, every single day. And I remember after about 1.5 years of doing this, I went for a jog for the very first time. And I remember just tears of joy would just fall down my face, because for the first time in over 1.5 years, I was pain-free. You see, when people hurt us, it's a lot like an injury. And the process of healing is kind of like physical therapy. Sometimes it takes a really long time, and the process can often be quite painful. You see, the Bible is actually very clear about how we are to forgive, because no matter who we are and where we're coming from, when we come before the Lord and ask Him to forgive us, He forgives. It's instantaneous, and not only does He forgive instantly, He forgets. It's permanent. And so He expects that of us as well, especially as Christians. And there was this verse actually in Matthew 18 that kind of gave me a different way of looking at this. And it's that one of Jesus' disciples, Peter, comes to Jesus and he's like, Jesus, how many times must I forgive somebody who wrongs me? Like 7 times? And Jesus just looks at him, and I'm just imagining this in my head, and Jesus is just like, no, Peter, not 7 times. More like 70 times 7 times. And so when I read that, I actually see a lot of validation in that. So the expectation and the calling is for us to instantaneously forgive somebody. However, it doesn't mean that we're able to forget. And I think Jesus recognizes that in our humanness, is that there are going to be times where you will forgive somebody, but you will be triggered. And so I know for me, like with my injury, I am healed and I'm so thankful. However, there are times where I'll do a sudden jerky movement and it aggravates the area. Or if I'm not very consistent about working out, I'll notice that I start to get weaker. And then all of a sudden I'm in pain again, and I'm like, wait, I thought I was healed. Like, what is going on? I can't do this again. And the same way comes when we forgive somebody, but later on become triggered, where all of a sudden the memory and the emotions, it's like we're reliving it all over again. And that's where the 70 times 7 comes in, because Jesus just wants a relationship with you. He wants you to rely and trust in Him and allow Him to show you the way, and to trust in Him over and over and over again. And sometimes, just like one appointment in my physical therapy wasn't going to heal me. It was a process, and it was the work that I had to do in order to get healed. And the forgiveness aspect of it is like, yeah, we have to forgive, but we also have to recognize that we're going to need help. We need to come to the Lord over and over and over again to ask for His guidance and perspective, and to show us the way. And that should actually encourage us, because as we come to Him, it heals that bitterness that we have in our hearts, so that it doesn't affect the way that we love and treat other people, especially other people who never had anything to do with the pain that somebody else caused. And so come to the Lord again and again and again, and allow Him to show you the way and to heal your heart, so that you can know how to live free from the burden of bitterness in your heart. And so I hope this encourages your heart. Please share it with somebody who might need it, and I'll see you again here next week.